All right, and here's Batgoat back. Hello, everybody. Give me a sec while I go and mute the YouTube screen here. And if you haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that would help. Yeah, so we got toys here already. Of course, my co-host Batgoat. We're of course give a few more minutes to give people a chance to get here, and for those who are here to settle in a little bit more. Batgoat, you're still muted, and I can see your mouth moving.
Sorry, was I muted the whole time?
You were muted that whole time, so I saw you were muted, and then I saw that your mouth was moving. I'm going, is he even aware that he's
okay? Well,
muted?
Happy Friday to everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you, toys. Good to see everyone. Disregard everything I just said.
Well, that is if you heard it.
I know, I'm joking. So, you know what I was saying is toys, I owe you. I kind of I dogged you a little bit on the Lulz trophy. So I was at the store and I saw this. I saw a toy. It was definitely under $2. You know the little sponge pills you throw in a cup of warm water and it turns into a dinosaur. Everyone knows those, right? Toys. I know you definitely know what that is.
I've seen ones that turn into like some kind of like salt or some kind of gritty substance in water.
No, little sponge thing. Okay, so toys knows what I'm talking about. There's the one Simpsons where Bart sells his soul to Milhouse for a little sponge, a little thing you drop in water, and it's supposed to grow in size immensely. And Bart thinks it's going to be this mega dinosaur that will eat Lisa. And so he sells his soul. But like, the sponge thing, right? Okay, so toys. Are you with me? Toys. If you can hear me, I have all these dino pills and a cup of warm water. So you tell me which color dino we're going to put in: yellow, green, blue, or red. And I tried one a while ago. It takes a little while for these things. So
Batgoat, when you were muted, did you hear what I was saying?
No, about
liking and sharing.
Like and share. I did do that, didn't I?
No,
I didn't. I did not. Let me go ahead and like and share. And I would like it if everyone else out there would like and share.
See if we can get some more friendly people in here who would like to participate and hang out with us and learn about comics history and all that. You did hear me before too, as well, about the rundown, right?
Yes, I did.
All right, so
we're gonna hear from Gilda Gate. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, a little later on. Of course, first off, we're going to be, doing some summary work as the two comics from Centaur that we'll be looking at. Neither one of them, the full comic isn't available, so we'll just be doing some summary work there.
Okay. Tonight, unfortunately, I'm not wearing a creator tonight, Mike. I don't have a mug or a shirt, but I am. You guys know the boathouse, my bar, and the hat that I like wearing. I didn't go out for St. Patty's last night, but I bought the shirt on Wednesday, so I wanted to wear it tonight. It's very cool. Isn't that a cool kind of like Celtic St. Patty's design?
Yeah, very interesting. Looks kind of like a cobra there.
You think so?
Well, the top part of it does look like a cobra with it.
I can see the propellers, but I'm used to that design. So.
Yeah. Well, so the top part of propeller is probably what I'm talking about then.
Yeah. I'll wear the hat next time. Is toys? Are you here?
Funny, it's still saying only one person is watching us, but
is that right? Yeah, only one person. Okay.
That's been YouTube's been real screwy about that.
We didn't even pregame because I came in so late. So I didn't even tell you. I did my little road trip, And man, the country up there is so beautiful. And it was going to be cool to video with the big piles of snow and then everything melting in the mud. You know, I'm different from most people, right?
Mhm.
There's toys. But the lighting was flat. 2 days of just flat light. Snow was melting, sun was out. It was great, but it was just flat light. So I didn't really get to videotape anything. But I stayed out there in Wisconsin, and I went and took care of that one thing I was talking about, and I did get to try on my new dash cam, you know, with the big long road trip. So that was cool. Once I download that to the phone, then I'll get that to the computer, and we'll see if I can upload some videos of that. That'd be cool. Hey, Toys, you're here. Do you want to pick a color? Yellow, red, green, or blue for your dino surprise while the water is still somewhat warm? And
Yeah. I'm going to step away for a moment. I'll be right
okay.
back.
Toys, I don't know if you had stepped away. Did you hear what I was talking about? I've got some Dino Sponge Expando pills. You pick a color for me because I owe you a Lulz trophy thing. I figured this is, you know, like I say, it's a pink. But there is no pink. I've got blue, red, yellow, or green. And again, this was, you know, at a whopping cost to the Batgoat Corporation of $1.98. So I thought about you. I put some effort in here. If you don't have a color for me, I'm just going to have to drop one in because I don't think it'll dissolve if the water is not warm, will it? Blue? Can I drop blue in there? Or should I'll drop green for like my shirt on St. Patty's Day. There it is. Oh, crap. All right. You said red. You have a green and a red dino. Hopefully, we'll see how long it takes for these bad boys to reach their full Dino Lord potential. Then who knows? Maybe they'll just freak out and like trash the joint here, and then they'll go down to the middle of Earth where, you know, where the Dino Lords live and rule over everything and hang out and talk about their wonderful experience. That made no sense. Why did I even do that? I don't know. So you've got red and green. That is a pretty cool cool breakdown of colors, I think. Also, you know what else? I need to, I do have Hangman here, so I should come up with a word, yes? Let me work on that while everyone knows could grow arm a long time ago. Are you saying like back in the day, did the spongy dinos, did they used to be like cool? Did they really expand a bigger size? And do you know the Simpsons that I'm talking about? I'm trying to think of too many things at once. I need a word for Hangman. The old dino things used to get really big. That's cool. I did not know that. So what happened to them? Like, why are they lame now? Then would be my question. Also, hey, Mike's back. Yeah, they did.
Watch my pink. Okay.
And you could get them in anything. Oh, okay, cool. I always thought that they were just dumb little dino things. I didn't know that they were really good or they were cool back in the day.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. We're coming up on 9 minutes here. I kind of hoping as always, I kind of hope we get a few more people in here than that.
Yeah.
One of these days, I guess, right?
$10 or more for the cool ones. Okay, I didn't know that. Do something on your channel about that. I'll make a video about that. I'll check it out or look it up.
So Batgoat, let me ask you this: those things that you guys were just talking about that dissolve and become dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You put them in the water. Is it like their Kool-Aid drops or something like that? You put them in the water, they turn into.
Can you see this, Mike? You see what I'm holding? Does it look like a capsule? Just like a capsule that you would like swallow as a pill? That's what it is. Are you frozen? Are we frozen here? I'm guessing I'm frozen right now since you appear frozen to me. So let me. Mike, are you back? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to refresh. I'm going to bounce out of. Maybe Mike will come back in here. Let me wait a minute. Because if his StreamYard is bad, then I'm going to have to bounce out and he's going to have to send me another email. Okay. I'm going to bounce out of here and we'll see if we come back. Hang there. It's starting to expand. All right. I know we'll be back. I'm going to refresh.
What's going on? Okay, I'm here. Mike's back. Yeah. Hold on again, guys, because we're trying to see what's going on here. There we go. Now I'm back up. Because the connection keeps going down for some reason. I don't know why. Because I can't seem to fix it at times. So okay, so now we're back up. Still on the StreamYard. Well, I don't. Well, can you come in then, Batgoat? Because I don't see you coming up here though. You're free. Well, I'm not freezing now, from what I can tell. Oh, there you are.
Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? You're frozen again, Mike. Is he frozen and I'm not? Is that's what? You are back. Mike has frozen. All right.
Yeah, well, no, she does have a point there because if you remember, sometimes during the summer we have had issues like that before.
Yeah. You keep freezing, Mike, and apparently StreamYard has got me going through. So look, let's see. Where are we at here, Toys? Okay. I think the green one's going to be I have no idea. They're still kind of all compressed and what's not. I do have a, he dropped again. Do you guys want to keep watching me? Okay. More crotch shots of Mike. All right. That's up to him, Robert. How you doing, by the way? Good to see you. Happy Friday. I have a 5, 6. I have a 6-letter hangman word. What am I doing? Okay, how about that? 6-letter hangman word, and it doesn't really have anything to do with our favorite person. It's just a word that popped into my head for no reason. So I'm sorry. Hey, it looks like Mike's coming back. Hey, we see you.
Finally.
All right, good to go. Good to go. I did my best. We've got a hangman game going as well, and we're watching these dinosaurs grow. Grow cam. Now I get it, Toys. I'll have to look into setting one of those up. I do have an extra video. I have a video camera. I could hook that into the computer. Yeah, we could work on it. The Tempest? Robert thinks the answer is Tempest. Did you see Robert Roberts is here, by the way, Mike?
Yeah, I saw that he's here. Hey, Robert. Yeah. All right, let me just get him. All right, there we go. Now we're all right. Can you hear me back out?
Everything looks good now. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully all that now is cleared up and stuff.
Sure. It looks good. We got people watching, so yeah, go for it. Perhaps it's a spiritual issue, not a technical. My dog tags say Catholic, but I don't know that the Catholic Church really agrees that I am a Catholic. So I don't know if you want to call me the most spiritual person in the world. So Hail Xenu and Princess Xena are only true tech support. That's funny. Good one. Hey, Toys, you still here? Does anyone want to guess letters on our hangman word? Dinosaurs are starting to get bigger now. This red one's starting to open up pretty good. Hard to see with the light shining on there. We do have our hangman word. Anyone have a letter for me? I'll go ahead and take letters.
Well, I guess Batgoat, apparently you've been able to stay on the StreamYard there, and I'm the one.
Yeah, I think it's on your end because I'm locked into the StreamYard good.
Yeah, so.
Hey, we have an A. Or we have a guess. I don't know what you want to do, Mike. If you want to keep trying to go or
yeah, I'm just trying to see if it will stick now.
Okay.
Hopefully it was just one of those things where it just went through some stuff, and now hopefully maybe it will do a little better. But my sister was saying that when it starts getting hot, but we're not super hot yet either. So, all right. So, man, we're almost at 20 minutes. We haven't even gotten into our material yet. So.
Yeah. That's all right though, Mike. I'm keeping everyone entertained. I've got 2 guesses on hangman, so we're good. Start rolling. We're here for you.
All right, I'm gonna do that because it looks like it's holding now. So hopefully
it does. Rock on.
All right, so we're of course going to now go ahead and get started on our reviewing stuff here. As soon as I can remember which which window to share. See what happens when things don't go quite right with me.
I think that happens to all of us, Mike.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so we're gonna start off with some little notations here. So we're gonna be covering. We're gonna be continuing our trip to November 1938 of comics, in which right now, of course, we're gonna be focusing on Centaur and Fiction House. We're going to be reviewing a couple of little things from Centaur as they don't the actual books. We don't have the actual books to read through, but we're going to just look through some summary work, and then we'll move on to some. So, the main event of the evening, of course, will be Jumbo Comics Volume 1, Number 4, which we'll be reading, a little bit of Gilda Gay, Sheena, and Dr. Hayward. But right now, let's take a quick peek at.
And the date again, Mike? I missed.
Okay, the month of November of 1938. Comics that went on sale. Comics that went on sale in November of 1938, which meant that the cover dates would have been December or January.
Okay.
Right now, of course, we're going to start by looking at Centaur Comics here. And the first thing we're going to look at is Little Giant Detectives. Now, there's not really much information on these particular books right here. The thing, a note here that just want to bring up, no issues 2 and 3 of this series was submitted for copyright protection per the catalog, confirming they were never produced. So for this particular book, they published an issue number 1 and an issue number 4, like 2 months apart from each other, but no 2 or 3. And the only thing we have to really look at here is the cover here. Little Giant Detective funnies. Look at that. You got a guy walking out on the way there, and a kid hits him with a. And of course, there is some of the early late fall, early winter stuff here. Being that this is November, a mystery to solve. So we have that. Do we have everybody still here, or are people ditching us?
No, everyone's here.
All right. Just because I just looked at the count, it was down to 2. So, anyways, now of course, going on to the other title from Centaur, we're going to look at. Now again, there is no actual book for this, but okay. Oh yeah. But as you guys know, we've also been reading through Skyrocket Steel from Amazing Mystery Funnies.
Mike, I'm going to mute, and I'm going to the sink to freshen up the hot water to help my dinosaurs expand.
All right.
So I'll be away for a minute.
All right. God promised to kill all the evil of the world. God promised to kill all the evil of the world. Odin promised to kill all the ice giants. All I'm saying is I don't see any ice giants. All right. So so a couple of things here. As you notice up there in the title screen right here, says Amazing Mystery Funnies Volume 1, Number 3B.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason that is technically the 4th issue that they published, but in the indicia, they mistakenly called it number 3. They already had a number 3, an issue number 3. So, but they still called this one 3 as well. So, So that's why you have that situation here. And then from our Skyrocket Steel story that we may have read, it was 4 pages. So we left Steel and King Kurt trapped. That's the first line of dialogue or text. Translation, of course, the character of Skyrocket Steel Dodge, Sorry Marston, King Kurt, Tal, Vance Roy, and Invex the Invisible Man were the villains. Saved, and then here's a synopsis of that part of the story. Saved from a rocket bomb by Invex, Steel and Kurt are shown how Sorry and Tal have been frozen stiff. Then a gadget is placed on them that makes them respond like robots. If the book was available, if this comic book was available, that might have been interesting to see. Don't you think, Batgoat?
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, May, good to see you. Welcome.
Hey, May.
Happy Friday.
Hello, May. How you doing? As always, if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like and share the stream, that would help. See if we can get some more friendly people.
Dino Terror. I'm gonna let them dry out. I know what they are now.
Okay. And of course, this will be reprinted later in the Bill Everett art. Bill Everett probably his most famous work is Amazing Man. But Skyrocket Steel was another one of the characters he came up with. And then in here, of course, you had Pal, Dick Kent, another adventure series. 2038. You remember the 2038 feature we've seen before, Batgoat?
The which feature?
2038 AD feature here.
I think I do. And I was talking about how they thought the future was going to be, and it was, maybe left. Did they have the little cadet crew in 2038? Didn't they?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what this feature was. It was humor. It was like kind of, okay, this is what we think. This is what we think.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. It was like Art Deco 30s future. It was hilarious. I really liked that one.
Yeah, and then here's of course a reprint from Funny Pages, Volume 2, Number 1, September. Now some of these stories were reprints from the original, from earlier issues and all that. So with that, let's
real quick. May is wondering why it's so bright, and just a reminder, daylight savings ended. So Mike, I know his room when it's bright out. He's in southern. He's in a bright part of the country, and so when it's sunny, it's sunny. So like I think before we were used to seeing you were just had your computer light on before, and now you have room or actual natural light. Am I correct in that?
Well, almost. You almost hit it. Yes, right now it's natural light, but it wasn't a computer light. It was my room light.
You had your room light on before, yes. Okay.
And we're still at a point where I may have to get up to turn my room light on again. And yes, I do know earlier I saw the comment from Robert earlier. I am aware that I inadvertently did another
crotch shot.
You guys know I'm a little more.
That was funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, I'm not necessarily embarrassed about it.
I know.
I understand everybody else may be embarrassed for me, but It's not one of those things that crosses. At the moment where
and Robert's having fun like we all do, and you're cool with it. So I know you're okay with it, and we're not doing it to be mean too. That.
Oh, I know that. I don't necessarily full on react. I may say something about it, but I don't get upset about it. But actually, it's kind of funny you mentioned the daylight savings, because I think Congress just the other day had chosen to make daylight savings permanent throughout the entire United States.
Did they really? So there's a place in Idaho or Utah where they're like, we don't accept it or something like that, and they're going to have to.
Well, I don't know about that. Arizona is where they didn't observe it.
Arizona, that's it. Thank you. Okay.
And I remember, and when I was reading the article about it the other day, Actually, it was in the Senate. They passed in the Senate. It still has to pass the House and then be signed by President. It passed the Senate, and Kirsten Sinema, the now I guess she would be considered the senior senator from Arizona. She was the one who said, "Yeah." She like pumped her fist because I guess she was somebody who was saying, "Hey, I'm hoping that we can get Arizona to become daylight savings as well." Anyways,
Okay.
enough of that. Let's get on to the main attraction of the night, as it were. Get on to reading some actual comic,
Okay.
right? That's
Yes.
what.
Before, real quick, just for toys, I've got Dino Terror. Here's the first one, the red one. Here he comes. Big T-Rex. And Dino Terror number 2, the green guy. I think, what is this? Stegosaurus? Which one is this? I think he's the tail guy. He's a plant eater. All right, there's your Dino Terror toys. Okay.
Here we go. Fiction House right here. That's a jumbo comic is what we're looking for.
I'll make that a regular feature now. Well, as long as I have, I'll put our little Dino Terror pills in with the Hangman game now. So,
all right, so here we go. This is issue number 4 of Jumbo Comics.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah, we'll go through the 3 main stories, and with whatever time we have remaining, we'll then go back through and just kind of randomly pick stuff out as we always do there. But anyway, let's get on to the main feature. Look at this nice cover rate. Look at this nice bright
colorful, bright. I like it, and we've seen this before. I like the Jumbo comics. I like that kind of circus, fun, kid in your face. Woohoo! Happy fun time.
You don't really see that anymore, though, do you?
No.
I think Archie Comics may do it nowadays, but they'd probably be the only ones who do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think all the other major comic companies wouldn't do anything like that. Look at it. Look at this. 10 cents. Bigger and better funnies. Look here. You got Jumbo Jim's Prize Party. Happy days. You got Hawks of the Sea. Now, a lot of these stories are reprints from the British and Australian magazines, Wags. What I was reading on there. Let's see, Hunchback and Notre Dame down here. And as you guys know too, back in these days, they would oftentimes do comic adaptations of literary classics.
Yes.
Big pages, big pictures, big type, easy to read. Also, Sheena, Wilton of the West, Spencer Steele, Puzzles, Just Laughs, Dr. Hayward, Modern Planes, and many other favorites. So we'll go ahead and go try to get to our feet. And if I seem a little choppy in my attention span here, I apologize. You guys know how I can be sometimes.
You're doing fine, Mike. Stream's good. You're not freezing up.
I know sometimes it seems like it takes me a while to get out what I'm trying to say, so that's why I was.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
After that later, once we. I don't think that was it. These facts. The thing is, I had to puzzles fun. We'll come back to that. The only reason I'm doing it like this because, from what I understand, Gilda Gay is at the bottom of the. There we go. I think that was There we go.
Hey, there she is.
Gilda Gay. Yeah, Gilda Gay, the modern girl. So
she is the modern girl.
Yeah, at least according to 1938 standards, she's a modern girl.
Yes.
Right. So what is now? To remind everybody, of course, Gay. Gay is her name. And gay back in this point actually meant happy. It didn't mean being a homosexual male. So,
And also, like I've told you before, from what I know from watching older movies, especially like riff tracks and just watching people make fun of old movies, is from the 30s into the 40s, they would say gay nightlife, meaning guys and girls were hooking up. Gay nightlife kind of meant like party, woohoo.
oh yeah, you mentioned it too, of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so actually, I'm gonna expand a little bit here, make it a little bit bigger to make it slightly easier to read there. All right, maybe I should go. I should go at least one, maybe two more ticks. That might make it real easy to read now. Couldn't I teach you to love me, Gilda? You're a darling, Tom. But no, I could never learn. I've $10,000 in the bank, you know. Really? Well, perhaps you could give me another lesson.
Mm-hmm. Way to go, Gilda.
Gold Dust Woman.
I was singing that, Mike. I was thinking that girl is okay with being a gold digger. And I went ahead and plugged those numbers in. That's equivalent to $217,002. So basically 200 grand.
What was the amount again? They said
10 grand is roughly
10
200 grand.
So
Yeah.
10 grand back in 1910. So again, 10 grand back in 1938 is now what, Batgoat?
Roughly $201,000.
$201,000.
So she's like, yeah, sure, I'll take another lesson. That's my Gilda.
Yeah. Gilda gags. Coming, dear. Any girl can take the beast in a man if she's cagey enough. Okay, that's kind of a you get that?
Tame the beast if she's cagey enough. Cagey, like describing her personality, but like to put the beast in a cage as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Interesting little pun there.
Yeah.
With that, I'll read it again. I'll read that part, the narrative part again. Any girl can take the beast in a man if she's cagey enough. She can take the beast in a man if she's cagey.
Tame the beast.
Oh, tame the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tame. Okay. That was same take, but anyways, on to the next panel. Set of panels here.
And so it basically means if she's crafty or careful enough.
Yeah.
I just looked up cagey, crafty, shrewd.
Mm-hmm. But I tell you, Tommy, I don't like to rough it. I like my comforts too much. So you want to give up this idea of a hitchhiking vacation? Actually. So you want to give up this idea of a hitchhiking vacation? Absolutely. I'm turning thumbs down on it. Gilda gags. It is believed that marriages are made in heaven. Otherwise, it would be impossible to explain why couples fly at each other.
Yeah.
Batgoat, you were a married man. You have any comments on that?
No, I'll leave that one alone. But yeah, that's funny. I do like that she knocked his butt out with a rolling pin. Whack! Down he goes.
Down goes hubby. Down goes hubby. Down goes hubby.
This comic is from 1938.
Did somebody just ask?
She said, I'm assuming it's from the 30s or 40s. Yeah, so yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah, she thought it was the 50. Yeah, 30. Yeah, it's 38. So, and I guess even Toys got a little chuckle out of that too.
Yeah.
All right, I think there is one more strip here to look at. Oh wait, no, I guess it was just two. All right, so that was Gilda Gay, and I'm going to leave it expanded because I think, oh, maybe not quite yet. But there we go. There's our other favorite girl from this book. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle by W. Morgan Thomas. Now, for those who may not know, because, as we've been reading this for a while, W. Morgan Thomas is actually a pseudonym for Will Eisner, as in the Eisner Award, if you've heard of that. So, just kind of a heads up to you there. All right, so, Pat Morgan started his attack on Sheena's village, but Bob's withering machine gun fire sent them scurrying back into the jungle. There, they were ambushed by Sheena's warriors. Then Sheena leaped toward the jungle to take part in the battle. Sheena, come back! You stay here, Vandile. I'm going to follow her. I love Sheena, and I'm not going to risk losing her. So we get a little romance here, eh, Batgoat? Oh, did he disappear on me again, or are we... Oh, he stepped away. He didn't even tell me he was stepping away.
I'm here.
All right.
I had to run to the bathroom, so keep reading.
All right. Did you hear what I had read already, or no? Okay. In the jungle, Morgan's men are fighting a losing battle.
So yeah, keep going, Mike.
Okay.
I heard everything.
All right. Look at that. Oh, look, there's Sheena standing against a tree right there. She's got a knife in her right hand there. Holy smoke, you are a pretty one. We're sunk anyway, so I'm gonna take you and beat it. Oh, this guy's thinking he's a smart. Oh, I missed something over here. Suddenly, Bat, not Pat. Bat sees Sheena sees. Okay. Suddenly, Bat sees Sheena in a bound. He confronts her as she swings lightly to earth from a tree. Holy smoke, you are a pretty one. We're sunk anywhere, so I'm gonna take you and beat it. Drop that gun, Morgan. You ready? Morgan decides to shoot his way to freedom without warning. He blazes away at Bob, wounding him in the arm. But in vain, for Sheena pushes her long knee in his back. Oh, this guy was thinking she was just a weak woman, but apparently he's learning the hard way that's not the case.
Don't mess with Sheena.
No. I think things are starting to get a little dim here, so I'm going to go off camera for a quick moment so I can turn on my room light because things are getting a little dim here now. This is the tricky part at this time of year. Now, in the summertime things will be brighter for longer. Sure. But, right now, I'll be right back.
Yeah, just that we are on the daylight again now, though, is nice. I like it being lighter for so much longer. Did everyone get a chance to see the letters and where we're at? If you look up in the chat, you can see the correct guesses. And we have an A is the incorrect. So there's one incorrect guess.
And of course, I remembered to turn off the camera or to turn off the camera and the mic for a moment there. So no crotch shot.
Good thinking.
Anyways, let's get back to the story. Hey, Batgoat, would you say that's a good idea?
Yes.
All right.
Continue.
Now that you are well again, I suppose you are going to leave? Yes, and if I may, take Sheena with me. A few weeks later, the enemy has been driven off, and the valley is peaceful again. Bob, I'm going to remain here. There is much to study and explore. Our gratitude for your aid in repelling the invaders. My blessings on you both. So they didn't really say whether or not. Okay, so maybe this last panel here will put it. Okay. And as a tropical night blankets the jungle, the figures of Bob and Sheena grow dim as they walk into the distance. So I don't know if that's the end of that story or not. But let's see, because that was
They're walking into the distance, probably.
Well, they didn't seem to end. Okay, here we go. Let's see what more to be said here. Okay. Many suns have set since Bob and Sheena left the village in hidden him. So I guess they're letting her go then. Together, they wandered through the deep, silent jungle. Oh, there's a spelling error right there. I think that's supposed to say silent. They cut out the T though. You see that, Batgoat?
Yeah, I think that's the print.
Yeah.
You can see it looks angular, so it was cut off by the print or the copy.
Okay. Aiding each other in danger and mutually sharing their knowledge. All right. Through Bob's careful teaching, Sheena is soon able to speak English. Pretty soon, you'll speak English so well, no one will guess that you were brought up in the jungle. A primitive instinct and senses made keen by a life spent in constant danger, and Sheena aids Sheena in the jungle depths. But Bob, a product of the white man's civilization, must learn the ways of jungle folk to learn to scent the wild beast when they're stalking you, ready to have you for dinner. Right there, Batgoat?
Mm-hmm.
To learn to throw a crude spear with deadly accuracy was not easy, but with a will, Bob set about his task and soon was a proficient jungle hunter. Bob of the jungle, strong as he can be. Ho 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 ho!
Watch out for that bush.
Spearing that tree. Anyways, one day, let me just make sure there's nothing down here that we'll miss. No. All right. One day in their wandering through the jungle, Sheena and Bob come suddenly upon an abrupt clearing. Sheena pauses. It is strange, Bob, that this clearing is so sudden, yet there is grass on ground. Do you not hear sounds? Yes, a dull throbbing sound. Drums, that's what they are, drums. Of course, guys, feel free. I know you guys have been conversing and commenting, so feel free if you guys have anything you want to ask or comment about what we're reading here, feel free to jump in. Quickly, Sheena ascends a tree and peers from its heights. They must come from a village, but I see no village. And as the moon rises and casts its weird glow through the trees, the two listen to the ever increasing sound. Hollow thumping of a native drum resounds through the jungle. During their travels in the jungle, Sheena and Bob come upon a clearing. Suddenly, from somewhere in the dense forest, they hear the sound of drums. Those drums must be near us. Let us separate and look for them. I will meet you later. Cat-like, her sensitive nostrils quivering for the scent of humans, Sheena stalks through the primeval forest. While Bob investigates on his own, a cave at the edge of the clearing. I'll take a look. Bob starts slowly down the cave. He pauses in amazement as an entire petrified forest meets his eye. Wow, Batgoat, when was the last time you saw a petrified forest in a comic or cartoon or anywhere?
And Tommy Boy, the movie Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he knocks Tommy Boy out, he hits him with the board, and then he goes, "Ooh, petrified forest."
Yeah, last
Maybe
time
it was
I
prehistoric forest.
probably in one of the old like Looney Tunes cartoons or something, Merry Melody.
Yeah, yeah.
So here we go. So, from the depths of the natural vault, mute figures watch. Stolidly as he advances. Bob calls to them. Ho there! I am a friend. Take me to your chief. Through tortuous passageways, Bob at last confronts the chief. The thumping drum ceases its monotonous thunder.
Stolid is showing little emotion.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking I wasn't sure if it was solidly or stoically. And I know
It was
stoic.
that's a word. Stolid. Stolid is a word. It means showing little emotion.
Stolid? Okay. All right. I couldn't tell what exactly it was.
I knew it was a word, but I didn't know what it was, so I looked it up.
Yeah. My tribe has fallen on evil days. You are white. Perhaps you can aid us.
Oh, sure. That's what they all think. Look at a white man. They look at the man, and they. I'm trying to do reverse racism to be a jerk.
Well, have you ever heard the expression "the great white hope"?
Yeah.
That's that's unfortunately part of it. Chief, I will bring to your aid Sheena. She is wiser in jungle ways than I. All the jungle has heard of Sheena. It is well. Thus, Bob is allowed to leave the cavern to seek Sheena. And as he, what?
Toys. Toys is very funny.
Uh, one of his dad jokes again?
No, he got me really good from what I was just saying.
Uh, Thus, Bob is allowed to leave the cavern to seek Sheena, and as he departs, an anxious tribe gather to bid him farewell. Once more, Bob and Sheena meet, and Bob relates his experience. See, now, you don't hear it that way you don't really hear it that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You see how they said that right there in the narrative? I want to read that again, just so we would say it a little differently nowadays. But let me read it again and just listen to how they said that back then. Once more, Bob and Sheena meet, and Bob relates his experience. We would probably say something like Bob told her what he observed, or what or told her what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just that the way they put those particular words together, you don't see that a whole lot anymore.
Actually, you do in legal speech, or for me, I used to write every patient report is a court document, so we had to take classes, and cops do this too. You have to learn how to write correctly and leave out ambiguity when you go to court. So saying relates is a very medical term, like patient related this, patient states this, you put it in quotes. Patient relates this, then you can paraphrase. So that is still very much used. I'm sorry to do that, but
well, it's not as much though in everyday speech, though, right?
correct. And most people, I don't think, get that difference.
Right. They wouldn't see it unless you really looked at it like we do here when we read these stories.
Correct. And it is a legal thing, like I say too. So that's why I know about it.
Yeah. At least it is nowadays. So all right. And there's the word again, related. The chief related that trouble has beset his tribe. Can we help them? Come, let us visit the chief, and we shall learn more. Granted, she is speaking better English. It's still broken English though.
Mm-hmm. Notebook is your best. My notebook, yes.
All right, I guess that was the last page. I guess. Let me go back, see if they are on the bottom that we didn't catch because I didn't. Or maybe they might have it come later then. But that was 4 pages, and I think that's how they usually do it. So here, I'm going to go back down to 125% magnification for a moment, so there's just laughs. Okay, so
some bad news for good news, bad news. Bad news is I ruined the new temporary trophy because I had to grab the sticks, but we now have a new Lulz trophy that includes popsicle sticks, a stapler, and Dino Terror. I think you're going to be very happy, Toy, so keep throwing down the jokes because you're in the lead so far.
All right, so let's see where are we at. We're coming up on an hour here, and we're getting to our last main story. So,
LOL. You'll like it.
I hope everybody's enjoying the content thus far, despite some of the.
I am. It's been right. No, you've been doing good. Sheena was a good story too.
Yeah, despite some of our earlier technical issues.
I have 2. You are correct, Toys. I have 2 marked down.
All right, so let's go ahead. So, The Diary of Dr. Hayward by Kurt Davis. Now, as I understand it, Kurt Davis is one of the pseudonyms that Jack Kirby used. I understand.
Okay.
So, well, let's go ahead and stop, Dr. Hayward. It will be murder. You can't do that. What has come over you? He. Transmute souls. Transmute souls. Will he? The mad fiend. It will be a delight to watch him disintegrate in acid. Stop! Stop, I say! Ha 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 ha! Let me go! Let me go! I think if I remember correctly, I don't know what happened here. Suddenly, the writhing, tense body of Dr. Hayward relaxes. His head drops to his chest. Doctor, what happened to you? Why did you act so? I don't know. Something happened inside of me. A weird figure emerges from the shadows of the laboratory. Good evening, gentlemen. Who are you? You. Why, it was you, your spirit, that seized me before. Yes, my good doctor. It was me who directed your actions a few moments ago. Unfortunately, your friend intervened. Therefore, I must finish this job myself. From above, encased in the glass tube, comes a terrified scream as stark realization grips Chromo. You! Go away! Stop him! He's... Oh, you know me, eh? Chromo? Ha 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 ha. You have led me a merry chase. Too long have you played with the secrets of life and death. Now comes the reckoning. The odds, I fear, are against you, Chromo. From across the room, Dr. Hayward and Stewart watch wide-eyed as the figure of the strange man becomes taller and more vague. Wow, it sounds like he's going 2D on them, huh?
Yeah.
Soon, it is merely a shadow that envelops the screaming Chromo.
So, hey, I'm sorry, May. I missed. May asked a question. Did you see that?
I haven't, but let's take a look at that. Since I can find it.
Right there. Perfect.
All right. Question: Are there full Rex Magnum
Rex Morgan, MD.
Morgan MD? Are there full Rex Morgan MD comic books? I don't know. I haven't actually heard of Rex Morgan MD, but
I think he's you know how I talked about Mary Worth, in the funnies?
Yeah.
I think Rex Morgan is like one of those, like a serious comics.
I mean there might be, but I don't know for certain. I never
Okay.
got.
Well, keep going, Mike. I'll look it up.
All right. All right. So moving on to the next page then here. He's dissolved into a shadow. This is no longer a place for us. Let's get out of here. I'll find Laura. Stuart, Laura dear, are you all right? Yes, I suppose so. It was all like a nightmare. Catch her, Stuart. She's going to faint. Laura, darling, the strain has been too much. Oh. And with a sigh of overwrought, with a sigh, the overwrought girl sinks into Stuart's arms. This way, Stuart. Our car it's waiting for us at the front of the building. I've a feeling we'd better leave as fast as we can. The heavy fog that gripped their brains dispenses as the fresh, evening air fills their lungs. Yeah, nothing like a brisk, cool breeze to like wake you up, huh? There, Batgoat?
Yeah, you get that that shock. I know all too well about that here where I live.
Oh yeah, it probably happens to you quite a bit, doesn't it?
It used to a lot when I worked, and I'd step out of the truck and I knew it was coming, and just always have to think really hard to breathe through your nose because your nose warms up the air a little bit and the turbinates before you take a deep breath.
Right. I'll drive, Stuart. You look after Laura. I think she's coming too. The noise of the grinding gears fills the ominous silence of the hot night. Now look at how they put that one together, right? Look at how look at how they put those words together. Let me read that one again. The noise of the grinding gears fills the ominous silence of the hot night. That's very descriptive right there. That's
It's basically just saying like it's all quiet, and then they peeled out of there.
Yeah. The building has blown up. I half expected something like that. Luckily we escaped. No mortal being could have survived that. You're right, Doctor. No mortal being could have survived. Now, mind you, the name of this feature is Weird Stories of the Supernatural, The Diary of Dr. Hayward.
Okay.
Just to let you know that. So a little sci-fi thing going on here.
Who's the one guy last week? The dude, the hypno guy that started out speaking backwards, but now all of a sudden he's like,
Oh, Zatara?
Yeah, Zatara, man, did he just get crazy overpowered all of a sudden? Like making the airplane appear right in front of him? Like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, they were probably playing around with a lot of stuff back then, seeing what worked.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? Several days have elapsed since the harrowing experience Dr. Hayward visits Stuart and Laura. Chromos laboratory yielded a great many things, but enough of that. How about a picnic tomorrow? Next morning? Come. Are you two ready? You're slow as molasses. That's what we're packing. Molasses. We'll be ready in a minute. You get that? Did you see that, Batgoat? Did you get that?
That they're packing molasses?
Okay, let me read it.
You don't have to read it. I saw that you're slow as molasses. That's what we're packing, molasses.
A little punny there.
Yeah, it's not all that funny. Sorry.
This fresh country air is a relief. Look. The picnic grounds are just ahead. And they got a fair 100. And they got a fair too. Gee, after the wonderful meal Laura served, I couldn't move a step. Oh, nonsense. Let's go to the fairgrounds and see what they have. Now, fairs were pretty popular back in this time too, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah, that's huge entertainment. Your state fairs were big deals. That was a
Well,
big
I mean,
movie.
think about this too. So we're in November 1938, so in about, and I think approximately what 5 months, maybe about 5 months. Five maybe 6 months. 4, 5, 6 months there. The New York State Fair will be going on from this point.
Yeah, that's right. The 39. That's the big one. The television fair.
Yeah. Well, didn't you actually say it was 1936 that the television was?
I said that mistakenly, and then I looked it up. It was 39.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ha, a fake spiritualist too. One at every fair. Oh, come on. Let's go in just for fun.
They're not fake. Spiritualists are the best.
We want our fortune told, sir. Yes, Dr. Hayward. How did you know my name? Ali Ben Pasha, your servant, sire. I have been privileged to sit at one of your fine lectures. It is most fortunate that you have come today. Perhaps my will directed you here. At any rate, I wish an interview with you in your laboratory tonight. Later that night, Ali Ben Pasha arrives punctually with some test tubes. You are permitted to use anything you wish. Now then, if I am permitted to use your very excellent equipment, I will now perform something no living man has ever seen. And now, gentlemen, do not gasp if I say that I have discovered the secret of invisibility.
Gasp! He told me not to gasp, so I had to.
Mysterious Oriental fortune teller is performing an experiment in Dr. Hayward's laboratory. Invisibility? You mean you can? Yes, doctor. I can make a living body, any living organism, invisible to mortal eyes. Many years this has tempted men's ambitions, so I have given my life to this work, Dr. Hayward. Now, wasn't invisibility a common trope back then, or meme, or whatever, or common
Yeah.
theme?
That and like the hypnosis, um, and and then switching identities to frame someone.
Mhm. Ah, here is the serum. If I may, I would like to use one of your guinea pigs, Doctor. Now, to train the perfected ray on the subject there. With cold steel-like hands, the serum is injected into the spine.
X-ray specs.
Huh?
X-ray specs.
Let's see. A few seconds under the ray, and before their startled eyes, the squirming pig disappears. A tense silence prevails. And you notice how they kind of transitioned into one story almost into another right here? How they went from Chromo to this guy?
Yeah.
Am I seeing things, Stuart? Is it true? Apparently. Tell us, Ali Pasha. Can you also return him to visibility? That, sir, is why I'm here. Unfortunately, I cannot. I have a theory, and I need your help, Dr. Hayward, to discover the secret. Wonder how Dr. Hayward's going to react to this, because
Yeah. You'd think you'd want to know that before
right,
going,
and a lot
going
of people,
ahead with it, right?
huh?
You'd want to think about that before proceeding with the experiment,
That's usually how it works.
right?
Usually you're aware of that kind of thing before, but
I would at least if it was me.
yeah. So, anyways, all right. So we're just over an hour mark, and we got through our main story. So probably just cycle through here and
Hour 15.
hour 15. So cycle through and here's the ad page.
Here's my blank gun.
Yeah.
My deluxe mic.
Uh-huh.
There's our me and Woody. There's our rumbling steel football game that you plug it in and it rumbles.
Yeah. Actually, they have a baseball one too. If you look over to the left there.
Oh yeah, there is baseball one.
For $1, mind you.
Yeah, baseball might have been the one where you fling the ball, like you have a little spring-loaded batter guy at the one end.
Yeah, the live chameleon,
live turtle, sword.
Yeah,
and
you
steel.
could actually order pets through these kind of mail catalogs too. Huh?
My pea gun, my pea shooter,
P-Matic.
Pea gun, pea shooter.
Let's see, 39 cents for, I don't know exactly what that
That's
is.
the portable typewriter.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Johnson & Smith and Company, 255 Detroit, Department, 255 Detroit, Michigan. All right, so we're back to the front part of the book. And here's we'll go back there and look at some other stuff here. See, where are we at now? Guess we'll say hello to Bobby here a little bit. Let's see.
Bobby.
And I'll try to see if I can read it without enlarging it. Cut! Something wrong, Mr. Von Schnitzel? Didn't I plan my part right? Play my part right? You were perfect as the little vagabond, Bobby. Really? Stupendous! Superb! The public will go wild over that scene. You can have the whole afternoon off, Bobby. Gee, thanks, Mr. Von Schnitzel. Yes, you were really that good, son. Now take advantage of Mr. Von Schnitzel's kind offer. Go out and play with the boys. Okay, Mom. Sure feels great being out in the fresh air. The Supplies Pictures Corporation. Hello, Frankie. What you reading? A travel book, Bobby. Going somewhere? No, But working here in Hollywood doesn't give me much chance to travel, so I read travel books and make believe that I go places. But you're reading the book backwards. I know it. I'm on my return trip.
Yeah, that's good.
uh, let's see. We'll see what else. Spectre Dayton.
Oh, I didn't answer Maymay if she's still here. I'm sorry. I knew this a while back and I didn't cut in. Rex Morgan, MD, he made his first appearance in 1948. So that's why Mike doesn't know or hasn't heard of him yet, and we haven't even got to him. But
well, aside from that, too, I'm taking it he's not a DC. He's not DC quality or Foster or anything like that, right?
I don't even know. I just looked at the wiki thing and I saw. I'm like, I do kind of remember him. I remember the yellow circle and it says Rex Morgan, MD. I do remember that in comics when I was a kid, and it said 48. It came out in 48, loosely based off some corner, some real dude, and then they said they wanted to make a TV show of it in the 60s or something. So it's popular-ish.
All right. Well, I'm gonna step away for a moment, so I'll be
okay. Well, so I hope May, if you're here, I hope that helped. But I imagine we will be getting to Rex Morgan. And all right, you guys saw where we are on the Hangman. I'll go ahead and do it again. Okay, that's where you are for the Hangman. I'll take any guesses on that if you'd like. So no guesses. That's cool. I don't really have anything here. I wasn't prepared. I lost track of time. Okay. You know what I need to do? Let's figure out, whoever's here, figure out with me. Should I do something stupid and simple and me, like get a dad joke book, and when Mike walks away and in between, say, playing Hangman or talking about something stupid that I've looked up, I could just read dumb dad jokes? In fact, I think that's a good idea. I'm going to write that down. Of course, I won't see it till next week, so I have to make myself try to remember that this week to get a dad jokes, a little dad jokes book that I can read during these times of him stepping away. Right? In the meantime, I don't know any jokes. I do, but I can't tell them here because they're bad. They're dirty. I think I said the one to Toys. Why do Avon ladies talk funny? Because they're lipstick. I've used all my bad ones in the chat before. Hey, Mike, there you are.
All right. So, anyways, all right. So let's continue on here. Uncle Otto by Carl Heck. So this looks more like a visual comic, not to read. Mm-hmm. Kind of try to figure out what's going on here. I guess he's trying to figure skate or something. Takes a couple of interesting falls there.
So
there's that.
What's 5 cents? What? Oh, he bought a balloon, like to help him stay upright. Oh, you froze up again, Mike.
Oh no.
I can hear you, but there. Okay, you're good again.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the little thing here. It's telling me the connection's unstable again. How am I now?
Yeah, you're good. You're good now.
All right. So there's that. Let's see. Vote for Det Derp for mayor.
It says
There's
pet turd.
Oh,
Pet turd. Pet turd for mayor.
Pet turd for mayor. There's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, hands out a gar.
Think again.
No, drunk again.
Drunk again.
I don't
Stars
get
on
why this is.
Yeah. Stars on Parade by Laura Lane. And there's Army Man, Lewis Stone, baseball player Joseph. So here at least we'd have to
Yeah.
we can at least look at the pictures here. But
I don't know any of them.
Yeah. So. Frederick Martin. I think I've seen that name before a few times. Modern Planes. I guess I'll go ahead and because I know you're a big plane guy. So oh, well, look, Modern Planes and Model Building by
Les Marshall.
Coast to Coast, 7 hours, 28 minutes. So let's take a look at this. The Hughes Racer. Have you heard of this plane?
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, it's a real
Hughes
plane.
Racer.
It's in the movie. It's in the movie The Aviator.
Okay. Howard Hughes, millionaire, movie producer, and sportsman pilot, startled the world a few months ago with a fast record dash from Los Angeles to Newark, New Jersey, in a special racing machine shown at the left. He covered the 2,429-mile stretch in 7 hours, 28 minutes, and 25 seconds on one occasion. While flying at 10,000 feet, his oxygen supply was cut off. Fighting to remain conscious, he dove the powerful ship earthward until he was able to breathe without his oxygen mask. This all-metal speed demon is powered with a 1,000 horsepower Pratt and Whitney Wasp Jr. Build the Hawk, tow hook, fuselage, 1/8 balsa wing. So here's a model of a plane right here. Build the Hawk. Details of construction. First, you must, and I don't know if you really want me to read all that.
No, that's all right.
You just look at the pictures there. You all right there, Batgoat?
I'm good.
All right. You were coughing there. That's why I was asking. So we're now coming up on an hour and a half.
I was trying to mute when I cough, but when I miss, you hear it.
So let's see now. Peter Pup. Heroes of Sport with Tom Swift here. Got Joe Jaramillo. Looks like he's a boxer. Flying Childers. I guess the horse there. Honus Wagner.
Yeah, we know who Honus Wagner is.
I'm sure a lot of people have some knowledge of baseball. Know who Honus Wagner is. He was part of the Braves championship teams of the early 1900s there.
Yeah, and so the Honus Walker rookie card was the first. Wasn't that the first $1 million plus baseball card?
Not really sure about that, but
Honus Walker rookie card is I think. Let me look that up. Keep going.
Wagner, not Walker.
Wagner. Yes, yeah.
And then here's Joe McCarthy right here, who was the Yankees manager, I believe, at this time. Part of their 30. News Facts by George. There's some interesting places. Broome, West Australia, New York City, New York. Asbury Park, New Jersey. London, England. Other things here. A little bit of everything in comics back then. Puzzle fun. Complete these letters for a well-known nursery rhyme. All right, nothing exactly. Oh, I think Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Add a letter to each object.
Yeah, it's a big story, Mike. It's on Wikipedia. Honus Wagner is the most valuable baseball card known to man, and Gretzky bought it back in '91, and there's a whole big story about it. And they don't talk about the cost. It was a Sotheby's auction thing.
Yeah. And then here's an interesting crossword. Oh, look at that. Look at that crossword puzzle right there. Look at that lady in the middle. She kind of remind you of anybody, Batgoat?
No.
She kind of to me a little bit. Granted, maybe a little more meatier than you might think.
But Betty
doesn't that lady in the middle there look kind of like olive oil?
A little, I guess.
Maybe
just her head.
Yeah, well, the head probably is what caught my attention more than anything.
Sure.
And maybe obviously a more meatier version of olive oil.
Yeah, it's not sticks. She's actually got legs.
Yeah. Can you read the rebus? Oh. Can you figure out the rebus right there, Batgoat?
Yes.
You know what it? You want to give it a guess, or shall I?
Go for it, because I know what it is.
Stocking.
Yes.
Star minus the AR plus the OC plus the king.
It's a king. Stocking. Yep.
Add the name of an animal covering to complete the set of words.
Second one is furious.
Furious, okay.
Animal covering.
I don't know too.
Other than fur, I can't think of any other animal coverings.
Yeah, the skin tip. Yeah, I couldn't think of any either. But here's a connect the dots thing right here. A lot of these activity pages back then too were pretty fun to do too. Count them on, as I mentioned before, of course.
Hello, Wyatt Lawson. Good to see you here.
Hello. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having fun. We'll probably be wrapping up soon though, because we got through a lot of our main stuff. But thank you for coming in. I hope you enjoy the content here. We're looking through all this. As I mentioned earlier, back in this time, they were, of course, doing comic adaptations of literary classics as well. And Pee-wee, which was the top half of the Gilded Gate feature, we'll take a look at that. I'm going to enlarge it so we can get a better read of it. Pee-wee, you know that fountain pen you traded for my turtle? Yep. Well, it leaks. No wonder. You put ink in it. It's a tough world. I feel like a fruit tree. My girl says I'm a peach, and Mom says I'm the apple of her eye.
That's a
That's
good one.
kinda, that's cute. Cute. Gee, here comes Freddy with a big bag of candy. Want to play a new game called Neighbors Freddy? Oh boy, where do you think this is going, Batgoat? What do you think? What do you think Neighbors entails, Batgoat?
Losing the candy.
Something to that effect. I think he's going to try to somehow find a way to scheme the other kid out of the candy.
Uh-huh.
Would you say? Would you say I might be onto something there?
That's what I'm thinking. That's yeah.
Sure.
Not,
How do you play it, Pee Wee? Well, I start by borrowing something from you, and then there's a question mark, and I guess he just borrowed the candy already.
yeah. Neighbors, can I borrow a cup of sugar?
I mean, how though can you borrow candy though? I mean, it's not like you can give it back. I mean, you can
True.
offer to give it. You can offer to go buy him some more candy and give it back to him. That's about the only way I see that. Okay, it's a tough world. Just when you're aching for some candy, your old tooth starts aching.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it works.
So let's see, where are we at on time now?
1:35.
35. So yeah, I think we let's see, maybe I'll just breeze through the rest of this real quick and see if there's anything else, any of these other little short little humor things that come up, and we'll probably start to wrap up here. And of course, you'll be able to stick around for a couple minutes after the show, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Jumbo Jim.
And I'm not dying the mutton stash. Toys, no.
But did somebody suggest you dye the mutton stash?
He said he dares me to dye it cocoa brown.
And of course, we just laughs.
Even Stacy, my gal, she's like, so this Christmas we'll just put that temporary red on one side and green on one side. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen.
Oh, you have a girlfriend, Batgoat?
No, my girl, the girl who does my hair.
Okay. For a moment,
same girl for 3 years. There's doing my hair, maybe 4 years now. So she's my gal.
Usually when people say my girl or my gal, it usually
I meant my gal's and my hair gal. But anyway, she said she was going to dye it red and green. I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, The Adventures of Tom Sherrill here. Another literary classic here in the Hunchback of Notre Dame, X5. But yeah, I think we still covered quite a bit of good stuff, huh? Right, Batgoat?
Yeah. You'll 3D print the Lulz trophy. Well, let me get the big one first. That'd be kind of dumb.
All right, I think we can start winding down now. I think we covered quite a bit there. I mean, we got our three main features in there, and then we got some funny other stuff in there too. Throw in some humor stuff to kind of help.
Yes, we did.
Time.
And so I'll just real quick before you start getting into stuff, since everyone's here or people are here. The Lulz trophy, we got Toys with 3. Toys has a good solid 3, and since you got your Dino terrors from the last time that I owed you, and I told you I destroyed the temporary Lulz trophy, so now the new Lulz trophy is the Dino terror trophy. So Toys wins the Dino terror. Rawr. There's the green one, and now the T-Rex. Dino terror. Okay, so that's the Lulz trophy presentation. Congrats, Toys.
All right. Well, unless there's anything that anybody wanted to ask about or comment on what we read or anything like that, I think it would be a good time to start wrapping things up a bit here.
And people can keep throwing out letters if they want while he does history, or if you want to try to guess it, whatever.
All right. So we'll see. We'll give it a sec here. All right. All right, it would appear I think we're all good. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead today. I'm gonna go ahead and do this day in each history. We'll start to wrap up here. All right, so let me just do a quick little preview, and then we'll get to it. 2012.
P is a miss.
And oh yeah, this one's from 1982. Okay. Alrighty then, so I think I'm
P
ready
is a
now.
miss.
All right, so without any further ado, today is Friday, March the 18th. 2022. Let's go ahead and take a look back at this day in each history. History! All right, so first off, we're going to head back 40 years ago. Head back 40 years ago as we go back to 1982. As on this date, 40 years ago today, the anime produced by Ashi Productions, Magical Princess Minky Momo, debuted on TV Tokyo on this date back in ran for 63 episodes. And from what I can gather, it didn't. Apparently, I guess there was another because they're saying first anime here, and then there must have been a second anime that came out later. I guess. Yeah, according to this, there's another anime that came out in '91. But on this date, the first anime known as Magical Princess Minky Momo debuted on this date premiered on this date in 1982, 40 years ago today, on TV Tokyo. This was my guess, and according to this, it was a magical girl type anime. So, anyways, as we prepare to move on to the next piece of news history.
T is a miss.
As on this date in 1998, the penultimate issue, the 35th and penultimate issue of Ghost was released from Dark Horse's went on sale from Dark Horse's Comics Greatest World imprint on this date back in 1998. So 24 years ago today, the 35th and penultimate issue of Ghost from Dark Horse's Comics Greatest World imprint went on sale on this date for $2.95. It was 32 pages. So there we go with that. And finally, on this date 10 years ago today,
Toys said, "Let him swing."
On this date 10 years ago today in 2012, from the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, TNA hosted its Total Nonstop Action hosted its Victory Road pay-per-view. The main event saw Bobby Roode defeat Sting in a no-holds-barred match. Saw Kurt Angle defeat Jeff Hardy. You saw Gail Kim retain the TNA Women's Knockout Championship over Madison Rayne. And it was just recent on a recent Impact episode, it was just mentioned that with her winning the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship with Tennille Dashwood, Madison Rayne is just tied for most titles held by an individual knockout. Most number of titles in Knockouts history. So that was an interesting piece of news. Devon, I believe that's as in Devon Dudley, but I think he was going by the name Devon by that point. Defeats Robbie E for the TNA Television Championship. And here's another. There's a couple of matches here I'm going to talk about because they do have some relevance as to today. So Samoa Joe and Magnus retain the TNA World Tag Team Championships over Crimson and Matt Morgan. Now, where today comes into effect, Magnus, also known as Nick Aldis, two-time NWA World Champion, will this weekend be challenging current NWA World Champion Matt Cardona at the Crockett Cup event in Nashville, Tennessee at the fairgrounds. They're also holding the Crockett Cup tournament there. That'll be happening this weekend. Magnus here, also known as Nick Aldis, and he's wrestling under his real name, will be challenging for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, trying to win the title for a third time against Matt Cardona, who many of you might remember as Zack Ryder from WWE fame. Crimson, who is on the other side there, his real name being Anthony Mayweather, recently within the last month, won the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, and will be defending that title against former NWA World and National Champion Jax Dane at the Crockett Cup as well. So that's one of the reasons why I brought this up. And also, Austin Aries, who was the TNA X Division champion at the time, retained over Zema Ion. Austin Aries is part of a fatal four-way at this weekend's Crockett Cup to crown a new NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship. The NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship had been vacated when Billy Corgan bought up the NWA back about 5 years ago. And now they decided to reestablish it, and he will be part of a fatal four-way to crown a new champion, which includes second generation wrestler Colby Corino, the son of former NWA World Champion Steve Corino, Darius Lockhart, and Homicide, who some of you might remember from his TNA work alongside Hernandez as the Latin American Exchange. So, and then Jane Storr would defeat Bubba Ray to determine the number one contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Bully Ray there being, many of you would remember as Bubba Ray Dudley. So on this date 10 years ago today, Victory Road was held at the TNA Impact Zone back when Impact was still owned by Dixie Carter. I think somebody else owns it now, but completely different roster nowadays at Impact. But there were some NWA guys who are now active in the NWA who are actually competing this weekend. If any of you, and I know I don't think any of you are, but if there are anybody on this tape, if you happen to watch this before Saturday, March 19th or Sunday, March 20th in Nashville, Tennessee, if you're a wrestling fan, you might want to go check out the Crockett Cup at the fairgrounds in Nashville, Tennessee. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty good card there.
That's cool.
So with that, I guess we're going to wrap. Now we're going to really wrap it. So Batgoat, how'd things go with the Hangman tonight?
Toys decided to let him swing.
So he just went with a whole bunch of.
Yeah, he machine gunned the letters and Frozen. Yeah, I couldn't wrap my head around Brandon, so I just looked around and.
So you just figured Frozen because of what's been going on with the stream tonight. All right.
Yes, exactly. That's what it was.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, I thank everybody for being here. Batgoat, do you want to make any announcements in terms of like winners or losers or anything like that?
I already did. I did. And I'm Toys won again, and I'm making his Lulz trophy, his Dino guys. I just made these trophies as we were talking with a stapler, popsicle sticks, and my Dino Terror guys.
Huh.
See?
I get it. In other
they're
words,
passing in review for Toys.
Yeah. Okay. Now I get what you were trying. In other words, those little pills.
Yeah. These little guys, drop them in the water. They and that's what happened. They turned into like a dinosaur thing, and yeah.
Okay, now I get it. Okay.
And I've done that before, where I'm walking in a store and I had those guys that they cost $1. You throw them against the wall, and the ninja guys they were going down the wall. Then I bought other cheap toys, so we'll do them again next time because I got a bunch of them to use here. So
yeah. Well, I hope to see everybody back here on Monday for more niche news content. And of course, next weekend, we'll be looking through, I believe it will be Feature Funnies Volume 1, Number 16. So we will be visiting another old favorite friend of ours, the Clock,
The clock.
a.k.a.
Captain
Captain
Napkin
Napkin
Face.
Face. So,
He's my
so
guy.
until Monday, guys, I thank you all for being here. I thank you guys for all the likes and shares. And I will see you on Monday. Bye.